Hi. Do you catch yourself being hard on yourself? Do you struggle with negative self talk? Yeah, we sometimes are our own worst critic. But you know what? There is never a better time to be kind, especially with yourself. So today is as good of a day as any to start to learn tips to help you out with this. But as we do that, I think it's important to look back on our healing journey or times that we may have been in a struggle. And what I would ask you is, do you take the time to remember how far you've come? It gets really easy to miss out on these opportunities. We tend to only see what we still have to do or see how far we still have to go, or we get caught up in those daily struggles. So let's go ahead and reflect back. Let's look back at a time when you were struggling or at the beginning of your healing journey. Take a moment to just think about, what did those days look like for you? What were the things that you struggled with the most? And I encourage, take some time to ponder this. Maybe write it down in a journal. What did your days look like? What were your greatest struggles? And now let's move forward. Let's look forward to today and write down, what are 1 to 2 things that have become easier for you. Maybe that's the simple thing of getting out of bed. Maybe if you were having back pain, maybe getting out of bed is easier now. Maybe you don't have as much discomfort. Or maybe just the simple art of putting our pants on. Maybe I can lift my leg higher. That is a progress. What are some of the things that you can do now that you couldn't do then? How about walking around the block or standing for a greater length of time? When we regularly start to acknowledge these changes, even if they seem like small ones, I really do feel that these are important steps in our healing. It's really easy to be hard on ourselves, to look at all the other individuals and see what they're doing and feel that we should be doing better. But when we can start to see these small changes, it tends to motivate us. We can track and see our progress, and it allows us to keep moving forward. And this is one of the ways that we can be kind on ourselves. Now, being kind with yourself also means taking care of you, doing what you need without maybe relying on others or the actions of others, taking time for self-care without feeling guilty about it, without feeling like you're obligated. These are all ways to be kind for yourself. Now, trust me, I understand that this can be a very challenging and hard process. But today, I'm here to share with you some of my top tips to help you be kind, especially with yourself. So, the first one is, let's start talking kindly to ourselves. Think how you would like others to talk to you. Do you like it when people are mean to you? Do you like it when they talk negatively about you? I'm going to guess not. Absolutely not. So, why do we talk negatively about ourselves? Let's start talking to ourselves the same way we want others to talk to us. It's important that we become aware of this negative self-talk. Most of us aren't even aware of it. So when you start noticing that you are talking negatively about yourself, I encourage you, take a stop. Stop in that moment, acknowledge those words that you said, and is there a way that you can change that and make it into a positive about yourself? Number 2, let's practice some gratitude. When is the last time that you truly took time to express gratitude? Whether it's writing in a gratitude journal, whether it is talking to others. When we express gratitude, it gives us a greater sense of well-being. It brings us happiness. So I encourage, start or end your day by writing down or expressing to a loved one what you are grateful for. Number 3, let's perform acts of kindness. This is one of my favorites. I absolutely love this one. Just even small gestures of kindness can have the greatest impact, not only on us, but on others. So consider being kind towards yourself, towards others, your community, as well as your environment. And when you do these random acts of kindness, they don't need to cost anything. They don't need to have any monetary value to them. It can be as simple as complimenting someone on what they look like, or giving them a positive compliment on their hairstyle, or anything about them. Better yet, let's give ourselves compliments on a daily basis. When you're at a store, open the door for someone. If someone opens the door for you, give them a genuine thank you. Take time to volunteer in your community, especially for something that you're passionate about. I also love when I'm out and about, there's a lot of trash around. So pick up discarded items, throw them in the trash when you're out walking or alongside of a road. These are very small acts of kindness, but they can mean and have a great impact. Number 4, let's reflect daily. Give yourself time each and every day just to do a check-in. Check in on how you're feeling, acknowledging and be honest with yourself what you are feeling that day. And we also want to acknowledge when we need help and know that it's okay to ask for help. I know this can be hard for many of us to ask for help. This could be a whole nother conversation, but we're not going to go into that further today. But be honest with yourself when you are checking in with yourself. Most of us, when we're in pain and struggling, we're only going to see those negative things. We're only going to see those things that we're struggling with. So make sure that you're also coming around to acknowledge the positive changes or those things that you were able to do today. Number 5, let's continue to practice our self-care. When we set ourselves as a priority, it creates kind of a healthy routine for us, and it's a great way to look after ourselves. When we're in pain, this is especially important. We want to set aside time each and every day to do something that's going to minimize our pain, whether it be myofascial self-care, icing, movement activities, whatever it may be. Just take some time during the day to do that. When you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling anxious, a great way to practice self-care is to do things that are going to decompress you. So this could be something as simple as stepping out into nature, reading a book, or taking a bath. Make sure to carve out this time and claim the time for yourself so that you can start to rekindle that fire inside of you again. Number 6 is let's be aware of our choices, both movement choices as well as what we're eating and drinking. You know, it's okay to have those occasional treats, but if on a stressful day, we immediately reach for alcohol, we immediately reach for a bag of chips or those sweets, we want to take a moment to start to look into those choices and what that response means. And we want to start to make and dive into healthier responses and dealing with that emotional eating that we're doing. With our movement choices, taking a look at the choice of pushing through pain to get the task done, or not moving at all because I may be fearful that I have pain. So all of these opportunities give us the ability to look deeper into our own healing and our decision making. So number 7 is a great one too. Let's invest in joy. What makes you happy? What makes you smile? What makes you feel good inside and light up inside? I want you to take time to do something that makes you happy each and every day. So I just did this weekend. One of my favorite things to do, I can't pass a playground without going down the slide or swinging on the swings. So I allowed myself to do both of those this weekend. They make me laugh. They make me smile every single time. And I know from years of treating clients that this is a really challenging one for many. Many people have no idea what brings them happiness, what brings them joy. So I encourage, start a notebook and start writing down those moments that you are smiling, that you are laughing, that light you up inside or bring you joy. And start writing a list, keep it close to you, and make sure you're choosing something off that list and doing it each and every day. Number 8, let's go ahead and practice mindfulness. Pay attention in that present moment. Now, if you're struggling with anxiousness, if you get uncomfortable with things that are unknown, it's okay to set aside time. We call this worry time. Write down everything that is on your mind that is worrying you. Verbalize it to someone else. Just get everything, purge all of these thoughts and get everything out during this moment of worry. Could set it as 10 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever you need. Then I want you to shift that focus. Focus on that present moment, letting go of all of those worries. You already purged them, you got them out. And now focus on that present moment and what you can do for you, and be kind. Number 9, let's get out in nature. Nature has been proven to have a calming effect on us, a calming effect on our well-being. It really is healthy to get out into nature. So you want to find what calls you. Is it the beach? Is it sitting in and being amongst the trees? It's the trees for me. So you want to make sure that you are spending time in nature, especially when you need to decompress. So tonight I shared with you 9 of my favorite tips to help you be kind, especially with yourself. Let's recap them. Number 1 was to talk kindly to yourself. Number 2 was to practice gratitude. Number 3, perform acts of kindness. Number 4, take time for daily reflection. 5 was practice self-care. 6, being aware of our choices. Number 7 is investing in joy. Number 8, practice mindfulness. And number 9, to get out in nature. I would love to know and have you share your comments of these 9 tips. What are the ones that you struggle with the most? And you can go ahead and share them in the comments. I'd love to hear about them. But I also would love to hear, are there other things that you incorporate into your day that incorporate kindness? I'd love to hear those in the comments as well. So when we practice daily kindness with ourselves, it's important, especially when we're dealing with pain. It is so easy to focus on all of the struggles that we're having, to focus on the negative things in our lives when we're in pain, to be hard on ourselves, to judge ourselves against others. So definitely having a positive mindset can help us lead down the path of better health overall. Helps us cope with stress and a greater sense of well-being. So one small positive thought can really change your entire day. And when we have those positive thoughts, it opens us up to opportunities, to seeing those opportunities in our life instead of just seeing the struggles, instead of just seeing the challenges and the obstacles that are ahead of us. So remember, one small act of kindness can change your entire day. So I want you to go out, be kind to others as well as yourself. Thank you guys, and have a good night.